Good Monday morning, everyone, or Monday evening now because we had to re-record. But we are Ruben and Veronica with Red Alpha Custom Prints with another episode of the Red Alpha Mugshot Monday podcast. We got an exciting show lined up for you guys today. We're going to talk a little bit about what we did for the weekend. We got some project spotlights that we want to talk about. And we got a behind the X's and O's segment that we're going to just a couple of nuggets, a little bit of wisdom I'm going to share with you guys going into the new year. But of course, it can't be a Red Alpha Mugshot Monday without us showcasing our coffee mugs. And since we had to re-record, actually what we did instead of brewing up some coffee, we just went to Seven Brews and grabbed us a Seven Brews coffee. This is I got an iced white chocolate mocha, which if I'm going anywhere, it's a white chocolate mocha. If I'm going to Starbucks or anywhere, it's the white chocolate mocha. Sometimes it's hot. This time I wanted it ice. And what did you get?
I got a blondie hot with an extra shot of espresso.
And so she said 3 shots of espresso.
Yeah, I guess it comes with two, and I asked for an extra, so.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, she wants 3. This was not a mistake. She understands what the consequences might be, and all my jokes were funny, on the way from Seven Brews here. So we're gonna have a good time. And I got a funny story about Seven Brews. It's not really funny, but whenever we went for the first time, it was probably about a month ago. Was it a month ago? 2 months ago?
A month ago, at least.
Yeah, about a month, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't yesterday and it wasn't 10 years ago. So
it was somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between, right?
Because today he said, yeah, the other day we did this. And I'm like, yeah, we just did that yesterday. And so he doesn't know the time.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm
not in time.
Yeah, I live outside of time. And so, the other day could be yesterday. It could have been 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It might not even have happened, it was the other day. But so the other day, well, we went and stopped at Seven Brews, and it was our first time going. And so it was interesting because the young lady that helped us, she actually made me feel like she cared about what we were doing. She said, "So what do you guys got going on today?" And so we were heading out. That's whenever we were heading out to do the Happy Grill, to do the Happy Grill decals on their trailer. And so we were like, "Yeah, so we're going, over there to put on some decals on the trailer." She's like, "Oh yeah, well, what do you guys do?" And so we kind of told her a little bit about, the company that we have and things like that. And so it kind of made me feel good. I was like, man, I am coming back. No one ever asked me how I'm doing and what we got going on. Yeah. Most of the time we're just like, just another number, and no one really notices that we come through. But this young lady, she did her job.
Yeah.
And just made me feel seen. Right. So it's pretty cool. So Seven Brews is going to have a special place in my heart just because of that, right? So I'm going to remember that, and I'm going to keep going back just because of that one person. So customer service is an important deal, right?
Yeah, it is a big deal.
Yeah, I've heard it said that people they won't remember all the situations, but they'll remember how you make them feel. Yeah. And so whenever I'm dealing with a customer, I try to think of it like that. It's like, it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. If that customer walks away and they have a bad taste in their mouth, then it's over. Right. And so I want them to go and feel good. They say, the worst case scenario, maybe they were too expensive or they couldn't get me in their schedule, when I wanted it, but they handled it good. I feel good about it, and I don't have anything against them.
Yeah. Today we had a customer that came and I thought that, I feel like I have something in my eye.
Yeah.
When I spoke with him, he texted us and told us what he wanted, and then he had come by to make a payment, right? And so I wanted to make him feel, okay, yeah, I can take care of you, right? And so he kind of was like, he kind of like was apprehensive. And so then I said, okay, well, we'll just do it through text or email. That's how we do our communications. But then afterwards, I made sure to to follow up, once he made his payment, follow up and let him know they were going to be working on his design and be, I was responsive, I thanked him for his payment. He gave us his reference pick and all that. We started working on his design and I think that constant communication may have
set him at ease.
You know.
Yeah, because I think sometimes for those of you guys who don't know, we run a print shop, Red Alpha Custom Prints, located here in Abilene, and our business model is a little bit different than most people. We don't have your traditional storefront where you come in and place your order and do all of that stuff. 99% of the transactions are done online. We're doing them through social media, through our website, over the phone, text messages, emails, things like that. I mean, you pay through online. The only time really that you see us is when you're picking up your order or when we're on the install or something like that, right? And so we did it this way before COVID. Like we were already doing this way. So whenever COVID hit, we actually got a bunch of new customers because we were one of the only companies that were doing it like that, And I mean, there were some others that were doing that like that. I'm not saying we were the only ones, but we were positioned for something like COVID. Like we were ready for it because we were already doing, curbside. We were already doing limited touch business, so that actually helped us. So, but there are people that are looking for the traditional way of doing business still in 2025, even though you can do all of your business with your phone and you don't have to be locked in the location, so I think more and more people are getting used to that. And I mean, we got a good customer base, but every now and then we get people that want the old traditional stuff. And it's like, I guess I got to be back there like a blacksmith, making horseshoes and stuff like that. Or, a cobbler making shoes out of wood, but yeah, so that's, customer service is a big deal. Seven Brews has stood out because of their customer service. And we try to do our best to accommodate the way the customers come to us, but yeah, I mean, that's our, our story about our mugshot, our coffee mug. It's not a coffee mug that we picked necessarily, but because we had to re-record this morning, we were recording and we had finished the episode, and then I got up and only 9 minutes had recorded, and so I don't know what happened. The settings that I hit, something happened, and so it only recorded 9 minutes. So hopefully this one's going to go through. If not, I'm not trying again until another couple of days. But so in our first segment, I wanted to do a recap over our weekend. We were working this weekend, which, whenever we work on the weekend, it's not like just, from the time we get up to the time we go to sleep. We kind of pace ourselves over the weekend. And we still do a lot of stuff, like we finished up Welcome to Dairy season 1, and we got caught up with the Mayor of Kingstown, our shows and stuff like that. The weekends are kind of nice to work because the phones don't ring. And so I like that because Monday through Friday, we're getting phone calls, we're getting emails, text messages, inquiries and stuff like that. And but on the weekends, it's kind of like, the phone is just kind of off over there charging, and then we're able to actually do some production type work, which is pretty cool. Get caught up or get ahead sometimes. Yeah,
get ahead on our paperwork. Me on my paperwork, admin stuff, and that helps.
Yeah, and so the shows are a big part of our lives, and so we make it a priority to catch these. But man, those two shows are good.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dairy. We were talking about it on our way over there, and today because we're seeing a bunch of memes, and I'm watching recap videos on YouTube to kind of get everything. And as a matter of fact, after this, we're going to watch it part 2, and so that way we can. It'll be fresh on our mind what just happened. So we're doing some research because I'm planning on doing a showmates video talking about it and Welcome to Dairy and what we're looking forward to with the next season. Because they just what do you call it? They re-upped or whatever for another 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty cool.
So I guess, I mean, what could they do? They'll show Pennywise in other realms or time frames or.
Yeah. So it's like he doesn't live inside of time either. He's just like me, and so that's how he was able to recognize, people in Derry, and like he knew their future, and then he knew another person's past, so he he's just kind of he's like like he calls himself a god, right? And so, but he's outside of time, right? And so, he's just the kind of the evil that's out there, right? It's a dark energy, and so he takes the form of different things, but the clown is one of them, right?
Yeah.
And so, basically, who knows? It could be, even though the movies and the shows, the next seasons are coming out like in recent time, they're doing time jumps, like they're going into the 1900s, like the early 1900s, and then they go, I think, in the 30s and the 60s, and then the 80s, right? So it's like every 27 years is when he used to come out of hibernation, right? And then go on his feeding window. And but they did some things in this first season that it's like they're opening it up, right? I don't need, because he's not sleeping anymore, so they need to contain him. So who knows where he's going to go? And but I want to find out, and we're going to watch it. And then on top of that, so my wife made some caldo, as the temperature's been going down, and so anytime it gets cold, my wife, she always says, how about some caldo de pollo? And and so this morning she told a joke, and I'm going to ask her to tell the joke again. But she made some caldo, and that's one of the things that I love it every time that she makes it. But I never request it. In the whole time that we've been married, I've never requested it. But every time I have it, it's like, man, I should request it, and then I don't think about it again. But anyways, what was your joke this morning?
My joke was, ¿cuál pollo te quiere más?
Pues no sé. ¿Cuál?
Pollo.
That's right. And for those of you who are language impaired, you only speak one language, hit Google Translate, and I don't think that it translates into English. So basically, she says, what is it?
What chicken loves you the most?
Yeah, and then pollo, right? So she's like, in other words, me. And,
pollo. It's a slang, like a short for pollo.
Yeah, pollo, but it's pollo. Yeah.
Pollo.
Yeah. So it's funny in Spanish. In English, if I have to explain it, I used to say, if I have to explain the joke, then it's no longer funny, right? But yeah, that was a good one. Maybe we need to have joke of the day.
Yeah, I think so. I heard that on Instagram. I was a little girl and her mom. They do videos like that. So that's cool. That was kind of cute. So with the caldo de pollo, what I've noticed is that I don't have a recipe with the quantities of all the spices and everything that I do. I do it just by like here a little bit here, there, a little dash. And even when I chop up, I go like this. Even when I like how many potatoes I use, I just like, I'll take a couple, chop them up into cubes. I put the squash in there, cube squash, carrots, cabbage, but I don't measure anything. It's just like I'll put a little bit of this, that. So it does taste similar, but it's never the same. If that makes sense.
It does, but it's always good. You have a gift. I'm telling you, you have a gift. If you could go and do that and you don't have to follow a recipe, that's a gift.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you guys don't know, my wife has a gift, but sad part is she only cooks for me.
It's only for him and our kids.
Womp womp. Go get your own wife. Yeah. But so yeah, caldo de pollo, and so this weekend was good. We did get a couple of projects going with, a big old banner that we printed and some decals, so we got some work done. and then we're lining up this week, just full of stuff. And so we're grateful because even deep into the year, I mean, we're still getting orders that are coming in and new customers that are coming in. So we are going to take some time off, but it's not because we don't have anything to do. We just got other stuff that we're gonna, that we need to go visit some kids, celebrate Christmas, and see our grandsons and things like that.
Spend time with our family, and
that's what we do it for, right? Yeah. Which it takes us to our next segment. Is we wanted to, usually what we do is we highlight a particular project that we were working on. But this time, what I wanted to do is highlight a new promotion that we're running. It's the early booking discount, right? And this is for all the customers out there who are maybe on the fence, or maybe you're in the planning phase of getting your trailer wrapped, perhaps your storefront windows. You want to get perforated vinyl on those. If you're, a teacher or principal in schools, one of the things that's going now is like the entryway windows, or the vestibules, whatever that's called. And so schools are starting to set aside money to be able to provide a little bit, another layer of security for the kids. And so we were fortunate to be contacted by Wiley, and so they've been using us for different campuses, and so we got our foot in the door. But there are other campuses, in the region 14. There's like 144 different schools, and so we want all of them. So just give us a call, and we'll get you scheduled. But what we're doing now is we're offering for early booking. So that means that sometime in January, as soon as January fills up, we're going to go into February, and maybe even into March, depending on how many people come in. But if you book now, we're going to give you 10% off of the total. And then we're going to give you another 25% kind of like, it's not a discount, but normally we ask for 75% of the total, a partial payment, right? Payment. But with this special promotion, you're getting 10%, and then it's only 50% instead of 75%. So you're getting a little bit of a break there, and then the remaining balance isn't due until we finish the project. So that's actually kind of a cool thing. And, along the way, we can, work out the details, about the design
process. And
we can maybe even get started on the design, maybe even finish it. Right. But, depends on how fast our guys can knock it out. But book now, and then we can schedule the install sometime in January. I think we already got like 2 projects that are pretty set in January, and then you only got 4 weekends, in a month, right?
Not 4 weekends in a week.
Not 4 weekends in a week.
That was the last video.
That was the last video. Yeah, and so you only have 4 weeks in a month, and so January is already starting to fill up. So we're going to start. Looking at February, and then March, and then we'll just kind of see from there. But get in where you fit in. So, send us a direct message, give us a call, send us a text saying, "Hey, I need more information about that because we have a trailer wrap, or we have a storefront windows that we want, or we need our entranceway wraps done, and we need to go ahead and start the process, and we'd like to save some money." So and then we'll get you taken care of. But that's our early booking promotion. We're blasting it all on social media, and some of our friends that share all our posts, they're sharing it. So you should be able to see that, and there's plenty of ways to get in touch with us. So I encourage you guys, just get in touch with us, and then we'll take care of you like we always do. Right. Now, the second thing that I wanted to highlight is a new a storytelling process that I've been working on for about 95 days. If you guys follow us on social media, you've probably seen, blog posts from our new employee, if you want to call it, our future AI influencer called the Petty Elf. Well, I had an idea of a character that I wanted to I wanted to use to help us sell Christmas, stuff, like our ugly Christmas sweaters, our Christmas gifts, and just different holiday stuff, right? And so I came up with the petty elf, and when we started 95 days ago, my idea was just to have a kind of like a TMZ type reporter that was reporting, from the North Pole, and was sending back or reporting back all of the behind the scenes gossip type stuff. That's the way that it started. And so after a few days, I was like, this can be more than that, right? And so we do want to get the behind the scenes, what my imagination tells me goes on behind the scenes. But a story started to develop, which is pretty cool. And so as the new blog post started coming, I started seeing a cool story with different arcs and different new characters coming in. And so now we're at the point to where we have what's called the Holiday Alliance, right? And so there were series of events that took place from all of these days to now we have an alliance, which is going to take us past Christmas and into the holidays, and like Valentine's Day and even up to Halloween. And so if you guys seen the most recent, we're in the arc with the Holiday Alliance, and in this this team, you have, of course, it's the petty elf, but then you have Cupid for Valentine's Day. You have a character that we created. His name is Jack Marrow. He's probably the coolest one out of all of them. I like him. And then one of the characters that I had a while back, several years ago, it's Cupid's cousin, and I call him Stupid. And so any relationships out there that, it didn't work out, and it was toxic from the beginning, there were red flags that went unnoticed, right? Chances are you got shot by Stupid's arrow and not Cupid's arrow, right? So you know what I'm talking about. Those types of those hookups or those relationships, Stupid is the one that's responsible. And so now if you kind of tune in to our Petty Elf blog, you'll get to see who Cupid, what he looks like. I mean, what Stupid looks like, but then also kind of see all the things that he causes, right? So he's part of the team, and I'm hoping that he can kind of, get his act together, but it doesn't look like it, right? Then, of course, we also got the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny's there too. So, but the stories become cool, and so we're going to use this alliance to help us, expand into the other things, and it's going to create new merch, new Red Alpha original merch for the holidays, and so we're not gonna do what everybody else is doing, where you could get the designs anywhere else. All of our designs, what we're trying to do is make it to where they're exclusive to us, Red Alpha. The Red Alpha originals, and you can only get them with us. And so we're doing that with the Christmas sweaters. Now we're gonna start putting some stuff together for the holidays in 2026, and we're gonna use the Holiday Alliance. And what I'm hoping is that one day we can figure out how to make these characters look alive, right? To where it's like maybe Cupid and the Petty Elf are doing this podcast and not us, right? And so with the AI technology, it's not far away. We're going to figure it out, and before too long, it's not going to be us doing it. It's going to be our AI influencers. So that's the goal, and that's the spotlight that I want to talk about. And for the next one, we're going to skip the segment until after this. But I wanted to give you an opportunity for the coffee break. This is our Red Alpha coffee break, to where my wife, she kind of goes over random thoughts or ideas that she has that maybe don't have anything to do with the Mugshot podcast, but it's something that's on her mind. So while I take a drink of water, a sip of coffee, take it away.
Okay, so I've been thinking, because it's close to Christmas next week already. It's already here. Can't believe that. And we did start watching some of our Christmas movies, our traditional Christmas movies that we watch almost every year.
Yep.
And so that's what I've been thinking. I've been looking forward to just having some uninterrupted time, maybe a couple of days to where we can just, watch movies back to back. And so the movies that we all usually watch, we already started watching on Thanksgiving Day, Jingle All the Way. That's one of them. We've got The Family Man.
Oh, yeah.
Family Man's it's one of our favorites, Christmas movies as well. The Polar Express. The Polar Express is very special for me because it was the first movie that you and I watched whenever we met.
That's right.
In 2007.
That's right.
In December of 2007, we went to go watch this movie.
The Polar Express. I remember that. It was kind of a testing ground too, because the Polar Express being an animated film, right? It's not something that mature people have a tendency to go watch, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I wanted to test you. I was like, okay, if she can sit here and like this movie and enjoy it as much as I can, then maybe we got a shot.
Yeah.
And so not only did you enjoy it, but you loved it, and we watch it we've watched it every single year, since we've been together.
Yeah.
That's going on 18 years.
Yeah. It's 18 years.
18 years being together. Yeah.
We're going on 19 years of being together.
Wow.
In about 4 months. Man, we were young, babe.
Yep.
We were 30, 34, 33, and 34.
Yep.
When we met.
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, we were still young whippersnappers. Now we got kids that are
that are 33.
That are the age that we were, right?
33 are kids.
And so if you guys haven't heard our story, check out our YouTube page. We got the origin stories of how we got started, and then pretty soon we're probably going to sit down and just kind of do a recap of the year, and I really do want to talk about your 4-year anniversary, because you're now been full time for 4 years now. The last time we did it was 2 years, and even watching 2 years ago, you can see how much you've grown and how much I've grown. I mean, we're different.
Yeah,
we're different, and that's the cool thing. Whenever you're building a business together with your your partner in crime, and you get to go through all these things together, and it just like man, you create. Not only are you doing life stuff that normal people will do, but you're also building something together. I mean, today you said something that I've never heard you say whenever we were praying, and it just kind of like it was one of those moments that you just kind of take a picture, like Jim and Pam, right? One of those moments where you're just a Kodak moment. For those of you who are the 80s, Kodak moment. But you said you were grateful that we didn't have to go somewhere else to work, right? That we're working here. And that's something that means a big deal to me, because, I love the perceived freedom that owning a business gives you, right? And so, even though we probably work harder than what we've ever worked.
I attest to that. I've never worked as hard in my life as I have these past 4 years.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Owning and operating a business is definitely challenging, for sure. It's going to challenge you in every area. It'll challenge your relationship. It'll challenge your sanity. It'll tell you whether or not you really believe in God, right? If you believe in yourself and you believe in your spouse, I mean, you find all of that out. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And
because we're with each other 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a big deal right there. Because, whenever you were working, we were together, you were gone eight hours, right? And you come back, and then we're just kind of like, you do laundry, start cooking dinner or whatever. Or when you were in school, you were gone. Yeah. It was like the time that we actually were together was maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours, right? Out of 24 hours. Right. And then we did get a little bit more time when you graduated and things like that. Then when the kids moved out, it was a little bit more time. But still, even when you were working 8 hours, we were, watching shows. And so there's really not as much time as we have now. And so now we are with each other every step of the way. Lunch together. we're on the job together.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking, and it's pretty cool because I could come over. Hey, guess what? Did you see this video I sent you? And just stuff like that. Or,
yeah, that's awesome. I like that. Because it's like you are working with if whenever I had a regular job, there's people that are I had fun with, at my work. Obviously, you get along with your coworkers, and then you've known them for so many years, and so you kind of get to know them, and then some share your sense of humor, and so you get along with them and look forward to seeing them. But working with your spouse is different because first, we've got our relationship, our marriage, and then I have to like you. And, no, I mean there has to be like. You have to like the person that you're married to, not just love, because love is something to where
sometimes it's conditional.
Sometimes it's conditional, but you can say I love you, but then not really like the person.
Like you love that person, but you can't stand them, in the moment or whatever. But when you like someone, when it's like I like being around you. That's a little bit different because it's like I can work with you. We can go to the gym together. We can go watch a movie together. We can work and we can build a business together. That is kind of a special, to me, it's a special thing, right? And where, some couples will probably be at each other's throats. I know what people have asked, like, and how is it working with?
Yeah, a lot of people ask us that.
That seems weird to me.
Yeah.
That seems weird. Like, it should be normal for you to be comfortable working with the one that you say that you love.
Yeah,
right?
that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah, and building,
that's a big commitment.
Yeah, and that should be normal. But I don't know, maybe we're just different, and what we're doing is not normal, I guess. But people don't ask us that anymore.
Yeah.
But
and it's not saying that we don't have discussions, heated fellowship. I've heard it called that. Hello, we're human, but it's still whenever, say, like if you had to go and get something from somewhere, you have to leave to do an appointment or whatever, right? And then I'm here by myself, and I'm like, it feels weird, when you're gone, and vice versa, right? When you're not in the vicinity, and I'm like, it feels weird with him not being here.
Yeah, because we're used to it.
Yeah,
we're used to it. And so, I wouldn't change it for the world. But so getting back to the point.
Oh, yeah, right?
The
movies.
So we have about 10 movies listed here.
So it's the Polar Express, good. A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. Yeah. That's also animated.
Animated, yeah.
Great movie. It's a Wonderful Life, a classic. That's a great. It has a lot of encouragement. A lot of life lessons and advice that you should take.
That's right. And yes.
Christmas Carol, Wonderful Life, The Grinch with Jim Carrey again. That's hilarious. Is one of our favorites. Elf, of course. That is it's not Christmas without Elf.
That's right. That's right. Buddy the Elf.
Other ones that are not so typical, Four Christmases with Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn. That's just been one of our favorites as well. Christmas with the Cranks, that's another one. I love that movie because I like to see in the neighborhoods, and any Christmas movie like Home Alone 2, with the neighborhoods with the big houses and the trees lined up on the sidewalks, and then the snow covered lawns, and with all the Christmas lights all over the house. That is my it's like my favorite part of Christmas is just watching all of that.
All the decorations and stuff. Yeah.
But I don't like being cold.
Right.
Go
out there and touch the snow. And
I'd be like, go out there, okay, and come back inside. But and then A Christmas Story, another classic from the 80s, and we already watched Home Alone. And Jingle All the Way, but I'm looking forward.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, another one.
Yeah,
we like to, the Paramount shows Christmas movies, and we've seen, the Christmas Vacation there, and then Elf, I believe, and A Christmas Story. I mean, those are just great movies to watch in a theater.
Yep.
Paramount, if you haven't, if you're in Abilene and you haven't been to the Paramount, you need to go watch a movie there. They have themed movies every single month, and it's only costs $7 or $8 a ticket, and they have intermission.
It's kind of the old school movie experience,
It's awesome. I love it.
The concession stand down below, and you go get your buttered popcorn and candy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's a cool place to go, and it's if you're local, you want to support that because they're preserving a moment in time. Really.
Yeah.
So it's something that when you go there, it's kind of like what you picture, like what it used to be like going to the theater. So it's really cool.
Going to the picture show.
The picture show, yeah. And so we enjoy it, but then also these movies have become kind of like just a tradition. We watch these movies every single year, and we make it a priority to do that. And we just sit back and watch one movie at a time, one after the other if we can. And we're eating in between and take some time off. Sometimes we're with our kids and our grandkids and watching it. And then we fall asleep and take a nap, wake up, eat again, and watch another movie. And that's the good life. That's the wonderful life. We do it. But tell us, do you guys have some special movies that, that have become a tradition in your life that wasn't on the list? Let us know. Put it in the comment section. Tell us why. Like when you started watching it and why it's important to you. We'd like to see what you guys are into.
Yeah, let us know.
And we take things into consideration. As a matter of fact, as our family is growing, last year we watched a movie that was kind of, I probably wouldn't have watched if it wasn't for our son-in-law, but it was Santa Takes on the Martians. And, so if you're into weird stuff, it's not, the budget was probably like, a couple $1,000s,
It's cheesy, it's corny.
Corny. The graphics aren't good. The acting was bad.
Yeah, I can see your mask. It's coming up from the back, kind of deal.
Yeah. If you're into that kind of stuff, check out Santa versus the Martians, right? It's hilarious. And so we might have to watch it again, this Christmas as well. And that's going to become a new part of our tradition. But, as our family grows, the list is going to grow. But this right here is just kind of our core, right? And so, we might watch the next Friday. Because that's a Christmas. I was getting my haircut last year. I was getting my haircut, and I was like, you know what? That's a Christmas movie too.
Yeah, we watched
Die Hard is a Christmas.
Oh yeah, Die Hard.
Die Hard's one, and it's like we watched Die Hard last year, didn't we?
I think we watched it last year because on The Office, that's something that they plop.
Yeah.
Plop and Aaron. They were talking about that movie. They knew it, and so they were saying lines from the movie.
Yeah. So as our family grows, the list is going to grow. But let us know in the comment section what movies are important to you, which ones you're going to be watching this year, and which ones, like maybe some had to get off the list because you got too many to watch. But we're going to watch all of these and probably then some. Because that's our priority.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but moving on to the next section, right? Thank you, babe, for the coffee break. That was a good one.
Oh, you're welcome.
For the next section in our last segment, it's going to be a behind the X's and O's. If you guys have been following us for any time, you know that we have a segment on our YouTube channel called Behind the X's and O's. And so I created that segment, because I think that a lot of times when you see content, people are talking about the highlights of their business and they don't really go into what goes on behind the scenes, right? And so I think that the real magic of any business happens behind the scenes, right? And so we like to talk a little bit about stuff like that. Now people are starting to talk more about that because that's where the story really is at. And so most of the content that you see is driven by stories, right? And so we got a bunch of them, but I came up with behind the X's and O's a couple of years ago. And so we've been doing here and there, but today, the topic that I wanted to talk about today is New Year resolutions. this is the time of year where people, they start thinking ahead to 2026, and they start making their resolutions. One of the most like the top two, one is getting out of debt, one is getting in shape, right? Another one is get closer to God, things like that, right? And so what I've noticed is that a lot of times people get really excited, right around this time, especially New Year's Eve, right? People are excited about starting all over again.
But then we take January 1st off.
Yeah, they take January 1st off, and then, man, by January 2nd, 3rd, if it's on the weekend, forget it.
Yeah,
Let me just start on Monday. Start on Monday, and then the excitement wears off, right? And then what happens is you fall back into your routine. Whatever your routine was prior to New Year's Eve, that's what you're going to get back into, right? And that's that's probably the main thing that kills these resolutions, is that you don't have a habit. You haven't developed the habit, the daily habits, to be able to to push you to that next level that you're trying to get into, right? And so I said this morning, but there's a book that we both read called Atomic Habits. And so James Clear, one of the biggest quotes from there that really stood out to me, it says that you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, right?
Yeah.
Your daily habits.
Yeah, daily
right?
habits.
What are you doing on a daily basis, right? If you can show me, or if I show you what you do on a daily basis, I can tell you, what your goals are, right? And but of course, if you ask me, oh man, I want to do this, I want to do that. All right, show me your calendar.
I want.
Yeah, show me what you do, and then your habits are going to determine the life that you live, right? And it's hurtful, right? But it's a reality check, right? And so if you're looking at breaking new ground, in 2026, you should have already started already, right? Breaking whatever ground that you're going to break in 2026 should have already started, and you got the like you're hitting the ground running in 2026. You're doing something every single day that it would be unreasonable for you not to hit your target, right? And so that's really how you hit your targets. It's like, okay, so I'm aiming over there, but it's going to take me, 100, 1,000, 5, whatever it is, steps to get there, right? And you break it down into the next step. And then you don't lose any type of motivation, from one step to the next, right? And then it's not even about motivation. It's about the discipline to take the step. And that's, because you're not always going to be motivated.
Yeah.
Right.
That's for sure.
I wasn't motivated to wake up today. I mean, wake up early. Right. I wanted to wake up. Right. I didn't want to die today. Yeah, but I didn't want to wake up as early as I woke up. And, but I had to, because we got stuff to do.
Good stuff to do.
Right. We got, like Robert Frost, we got promises to keep and miles to go before we sleep. Right. We got things that we're going for. We got people that we're doing it for, right? And so it's important for us to be realistic about whether or not we're going to hit those goals, right? And so we have to make sure that we fine tune our daily habits, right, and start stacking habits that are going to make it, like I said, make it unreasonable for us not to accomplish the goals. We're doing so much consistently that there is no way for us to fail, right? Yeah. We would have to quit in order to fail, right? And so that's the whole premise of the Atomic Habits. It's like, you start with what you're already doing. You got a habit of going to the restroom in the morning, taking care of your business, taking a shower, brushing your teeth. You're already doing that, right? How about take a book with you so that you can read a few pages every single day, and before you know it, you've read a book.
Yeah, instead of your phone.
Hello. Right.
I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, well, me too now. Me too now. And so, but every time that I get on the book kick. It's like, okay, I'm going to start reading books.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do is I take the book with me, and then I'm sitting there just going through a couple pages. And before you know it, that one's done.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go to the next one. And then I was reading one book a month,
Yeah.
Reading it, not listening to it, reading one book a month. That's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
12 new books, that could end up changing your life.
Yeah.
And so I think I might start that again. That's going to be, I might start all over with the same books that we read, and then add a couple books to that. But, if we don't do the work on a consistent basis, we might as well, forget about some of the goals that we want, because it only makes you feel good, right? When you're setting a resolution, it feels good to do that, right? Because you get a little bit of hope, and you're like, oh man, we used to do vision boards, and and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm not saying that we never will, but the vision board is real exciting. We're printing the stuff, and oh man, look at it. Then it goes post it right there, and then like, okay, and that was it. And then we sit. What are you going to eat? What we're going to watch, right? And then day after day, the habits don't match up.
Yeah.
And so we're not hitting our goals as fast as what we could have if we were really serious about it, right? It just sounds good to have these big goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if your daily routine doesn't line up, it's just a wish, right? And so my encouragement to those of you who are starting to establish your resolutions, or maybe, you're waiting until January 1st. Don't wait until January 1st. Tomorrow, take steps in the direction that you want to go. Write down where you want to go. That's your target. And then take steps, and then keep doing those steps every single day until you accomplish that goal. Check it off, and then do the next one, and then do the next one, and stay disciplined. And because before too long, the excitement is going to wear off. The people who were cheering you on aren't going to be there, right? No one's going to like your stuff. They're not going to share your stuff. And, that's just life, right? People are busy with their own life. They're not sitting around waiting on you to post content. And they're not sitting around waiting for an update on how your goals are going, right? They're too busy chasing their own dreams. But you have to have the discipline to go out every single day, do what you got to do, and not lose without any loss of enthusiasm. I love saying that because it's discipline that will set you apart, right? And discipline is for those of us, we used to get disciplined, right? and so there's a bad it leaves a bad taste in your mouth with the belt, right? But discipline is a good thing, right?
It is.
Discipline is a good thing. If you can do what most people won't do, then you'll be able to live a life that most people won't be able to live.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
And that's just, you got to get uncomfortable, and you got to do it whenever it's not popular. Do it by yourself when no one's clapping, when you don't have an audience and you don't have a support group. Discipline yourself so that you do it anyway, because you're doing it for yourself. You're not just doing it, for the applause.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your wife or your husband. You're doing it for your children. You're doing it for your grandchildren. They should be important enough for you to do these things, right? And, I hear people say, I love you to the moon and back, right? But how come you don't go to the gym, right? How come you don't eat better? How come you're not building that business? How come you're not, going and taking classes again, and furthering your education? Why aren't you doing that? Because that's the journey that you need to go to, because you're never going to go to the moon unless you're an astronaut, right? So it doesn't do us no good to say, I love you to the moon and back, because you're never going to the moon. But you could go to the gym, right? You could go to junior college, right? Take some classes.
You're like, how much do you love yourself, really? I mean, these are the questions that my husband has asked me before. Do you love God? Do you even, believe in God? And what are you doing with your life?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to have that tough love, right?
Yeah.
And so, it's like, and I have these uncomfortable conversations with myself, and it's like, man, I want to be remembered for something. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, I want to be able to live a legacy for our children and our grandchildren, and I want them to be, one day I kind of have a vision that we're going to be all together, and it's like talking about all the giants that we've slayed, and all of the adventures that we've gone on, and I do not want to die full of potential. I want to die empty. I want to have done all that I can to use what God has given me, right? And if I have the potential still in me, that's because I'm not disciplined enough to do. So we're doing stuff, man. I mean, it's like, if I told you what I'm actually working on, things that I have been talking about that I'm actually doing now, we'd need another, couple hours just to talk about it, right? But I'm trying to do things that I thought was like a future, in the future. I thought I was going to have to finish building Red Alpha, have employees and have all the buildings and stuff that we're dreaming of in place first, to be able to move into what's next for me. And but I'm starting now. I'm starting that process, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome whenever I finally share with you guys, and I have my firsthand witness, right, who has been with me for 19 years, going on 19 years, and you've heard me like a broken record.
Yes.
Talk about some of the things that are in my heart, right, and now they're coming to fruition. Red Alpha was once an idea.
Yeah.
It was once an idea. And this podcast was once just an idea. The Petty Elf was once just an idea. Every service that we offer started out with an idea, right? And like my late friend James Cox would say, he said, thoughts become things, right? And so the things that we're doing were once just a thought. And that's one thing that he kind of left with me, right? It's like, if you think about it, it's actually something, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to live the rest of our life just trying to create things out of the thoughts that we have. And so we gotta get on it, get after it. And I'm excited. I'm excited. But as we wrap this up, unless there's something else that you wanted to say about that, as we wrap this up, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. It means the world to us. We sit here to kind of let you guys know that we are more than just business owners, right? We are more than just the banner that you ordered day before yesterday. We're more than the vehicle wrap or the trailer or the business cards or the t-shirts or hoodies or whatever it is that you order from. We're more than that. We're two people that are chasing a dream. We're two, we love each other. We love our kids. We love our grandkids. We're growing a family, and we're sharing, what's inside of us, so that you guys can see that you can be real and you can build something, right? You don't have to fit a certain mold. You don't have to do, what other people are doing. You can be yourself, and you can still do something great. And so I want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't connected with us on other social media channels, connect with us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. Connect with us. You'll see some of the projects that we're working on. We post, the blogs that we post and just random stuff here and there. But you'll get an idea for the type of work that we do. But more importantly, you'll get to see who we are, to kind of see if we're the type of people that you want to do business with, because that's important. Today, someone was looking for a veteran-owned, company, and I was the one that people were sharing, because I think that I'm either the only one, we're the only one, or one of the only, veteran-owned print shops here in Abilene. So I don't know that for sure. But, based on the people that were sharing, I think that we're one of the only ones that are out there. But anyway, so that's a good thing. But give us a call if we can help you out with your next project. Just get in touch with us and we'll help you out to the best of our ability. I'm going to finish up this coffee.
I finished mine already. It was delicious.
And we're going to go watch it, Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
We're going to go watch it. But anyways, give us a call if we could do anything for you. And if we don't see you before Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And Happy Festivus for the rest
for
of
the
us.
rest of us.
That's next Tuesday. All right. Would you like to sign us off?
It's Ruben and Veronica, Red Alpha out.